Good evening, everyone, and welcome to this special Invictus Racing League. We are um, we are live broadcasting for the F2 League. Um, I am the host with the most, Malk, and with me, as always, is my partner in crime and commentary in not only in performance but also in F2 as well. Is Craig? How you doing, Craig?
I'm doing very well. Certainly my throat is well rested after last night's performance race, so looking forward to tonight's race. I'm actually relieved that we've got some help tonight in the shape of Mike, currently racing F1, but unfortunately he's unable to race tonight. But lucky for us, he's here joining us this evening.
How you doing, Mike? You're pretty excited.
Yeah, my first time co-commentating, so I don't know what to expect. I think we will get an exciting race, and let's see.
All I'm going to say to you, Mike, is just be yourself. Just lay it all out on the commentary. Just like, unbelievable! That's it. Sorry, you probably think, what the hell's going on this? We were going mad before we even started. So we're just waiting for make sure one person just starts up, but
Yeah, so I think no fights to reach me.
yeah, we're just waiting for one person to join. I just want to say to you two, actually, first off, Mike, welcome to joining us as well. I hope there'll be to see. Oh, you need to. I've just had a comment from one of the chats. You need to put your voice on, allow a voice to be shared on the party.
Oh, I had this on the previous.
Yeah, it's alright. We're sorry for any technical difficulties, guys. We will try as quick as possible. While Mike's sorting that out.
Done.
So, welcome back, Mike.
Thank you, Mark.
So, I want to say to you two, actually, what's your thoughts on the Brazil race tonight? What do you think? The one where Senna Senna dominates and stuff. So, what do you like the track, or do you think it's more a challenging track? Anyone to?
Certainly a challenging track to set up the car for straight line speed coming into going down the run from turn 15 to turn 1, but also the run from turn 3 to turn 4. So straight line speed certainly essential for Brazil, but also turn in downforce mechanical grip as well. So a very tough challenge for each driver to set up the car for the Brazilian Grand Prix.
Definitely. It's one of those tracks where it's just unbelievable, isn't it? And what about you, Mike? What do you think?
Yeah, I quite like the track, but everything technical about the track has been said by Craig already. I just want to point out that the critical section for a good lap is the first turn and the second turn, the S's. If you don't get those right, then your lap will be really, really bad.
Yeah.
And it's a demanding braking zone for the first turn.
It is. You have to get it spot on as well, don't you?
Yeah, but I'd like to point out also this track traditionally produces very exciting races. So I think we will have a really, really great race tonight. And also depending on the weather, because it can be tricky if it's wet.
Definitely.
Yeah, certainly the weather being unpredictable in Brazil certainly adds to a new challenge. But again, it looks as if we've got overcast conditions tonight.
Yeah.
It looks like dry for now.
Yeah, it certainly looks like the same conditions as last week, and hopefully we get an update from the pit lane to confirm what the weather will be like in qualifying and the race. And it'll be also interesting to see again tonight how the strategies play out. There is a few strategy options, and we certainly saw that last night with the one-stop and two-stop strategies. But the two-stop strategy can also vary as well as the one-stop. So certainly unpredictable tyre choices and strategy choices this evening.
Definitely.
Yeah.
What do you think is going to happen tonight? Do you think, would you guys prefer to the two-stop as what some people preferred, as like the aggressive two-stop, or do you think the one-stop? I mean, last night with Spud winning the Performance League was just epic. How he done it, how he survived, I do not know. But the one-stop looked good, but obviously your tyres are absolutely like screaming.
Yeah,
So,
if you can qualify with the soft tires on the front, then the one stop with soft medium is the way to go, I guess.
I don't
definitely.
think that's an easy question to answer as it is to ask, because although the one-stop strategy does work, and it certainly saves you time in the pits, there is a danger to be caught behind traffic going for possibly the two-stop strategy. So you could actually compromise your own race strategy with your own strategy. Quick good evening to Lance Stroll, just asking what the predictions are tonight. And as he's our guest, I think we've got to start with Mike. So your top 3 predictions for qualifying, Mike, and the race.
Spot looks good, I think, and also Nick, and maybe Tejuar,
Okay.
but and Notorious was strong yesterday, so he could have a boost from yesterday.
Okay. How about you, Craig?
I can't see past no fudge for Paul tonight. Possibly the race one as well, but Nick Thompson improving every week. But I do have a bit of inside knowledge from Gazaman, who joins us for his first race in F2 tonight in the Sauber car. Looking at his practice times, he's certainly looking competitive. I believe he set a 109.2 in practice, so he's certainly going to be competitive tonight.
Yeah. No fudge to start off with 109.6. No!
Yeah, but
Oh,
Chicken
109.4!
almost 2 tenths quicker.
Oh my god! This is unbelievable!
So very impressive from Chicken Owens in the Toro Rosso, ahead of BWA Clyde, who goes at 109.5.
Very good from Clyde.
So very impressive from Clyde, who's been a bit unfortunate this season so far. So strong possibility for Clyde securing a win or podium this evening.
Yeah, but Clyde is a good racer.
Oh! Sorry to interrupt there, guys.
Clyde is a good racer. If everything goes okay, he can perform really good.
Yeah, he has been
Interesting
really
tire choices. Everybody is on super soft. Everybody.
I think it could.
Nobody is trying the softs.
Yeah, I think that might be an indication of the race weather. So it looks as if track position's going to be key tonight as we approach 7 minutes 40 seconds remaining. So as you said, Mike, most people or all people qualifying so far on the super soft tyre.
Oh, Spot is not doing so well currently. With a 10-1, he's on P6.
Yeah, certainly Sir Spud will be high on confidence after last night's race win. He's unable to convert that into a competitive qualifying time at the moment, but he could have actually set up that car more for the race rather than qualifying.
Yeah, I do apologise for the screen.
Craig, do you think, Craig and Mark, do you think we could see a one-stop strategy with super softs like Sweet Queen in the North System?
It's certainly possible to go for the super softs onto the mediums. It may help you avoid the traffic that you would actually come across if you were on the soft. So yeah, certainly it's not a standard two-stop strategy from the 17 drivers qualifying on super softs at the moment. So certainly anything is possible.
Notorious seems to struggle also a bit with a 10.6.
I believe we've got a little bit of a problem, guys. There's some people stuck in the pit lane.
Oh no!
So
they could leave the pit.
No, I think it was Notorious and JFM. I don't know where he is now.
JFM's actually just coming out on track at the moment, Malk. He's just exiting the pit lane as we have yellow flags in Sector 2.
And Notorious just went into the pits from the... Oh, wave Intel... he seems to...
I think...
Oh, Rain is coming, guys.
I think that's possibly the reason why everyone was qualifying on the Super Softs.
Yeah,
so
and everybody went out on the same time.
So I wonder if we could possibly be seeing a wet race, considering everybody has actually went on the Super Soft. But according to telemetry, Sir Spud, down in 8th at the moment, has the soft tyre fitted to the car.
Yeah, and the rain's started to kick in now.
Yeah, and there's actually a slow moving car up the hill between turn 14 and 15. Looks as if it's wave intel, so possibly running out of fuel. He's going to have to get the car off the racing line as cars approaching its speed from behind.
Yeah, do we have an update from the pit lane about the weather?
No update as of yet from the pit lane.
Okay.
Chicken Owens goes a little bit wide out of turn 4 on his outlap, so could the track conditions be worsening and could indicate that crossover onto the intermediate tyres, and certainly that would bring qualifying to a close. A quick question from Lance Stroll: any idea or insight on who's the best driver in the wet? Personally, for myself, I'm not actually aware of who would be the best driver in the wet.
I doubt that anyone can improve their times.
No.
I think that's it. And this was like a one-shot qualifying, if I might say, because the first lap they did was the only quick lap they could do.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we'll possibly gauge how the track is at the moment as Chicken Owens approaches the end of Sector 1. A little bit of traffic coming out the pit lane. It's a 17 dead. So not sure how that compares to his first run. Certainly still a competitive Sector 1 time. The question is the track worsening and making it harder for the cars or the drivers to actually challenge each other? Chicken Owens still holds on to provisional pole at 1 minute 9, losing a bit of traction coming out of turn 9.
Yeah,
he's lost it. He's lost it there. So certainly lit up the rear tyres, and I think that is an indication that track conditions are worsening as BWA Clyde retires from the session in the pit lane.
Sorry with that wave intel.
Nobody will improve.
Yeah, I don't think you're going to see any improvement on lap times at the moment. Certainly.
The drivers who didn't make the first run count really good.
Yeah, certainly. Yeah, you're right there, Mike. They've certainly compromised their qualifying position. Certainly not maximising that one opportunity that they had.
They just had to get it spot on, and I think Chicken Owens P1 at the minute, but P3 at the minute is in P4. Oh, he nearly lost it there.
Yeah, a little bit of a tank slapper coming out of the turn there as he was putting the power down. So the rears given they weren't wanting to play there. They were just not complying.
And I have enabled the telemetry, and he's running a lot of fuel also.
Yeah,
P3 unable to improve. He's actually 1 second down on his official qualifying lap. But it's still a strong position for both Renault drivers, currently in 3rd and 4th. And they've been doing that pretty much all season. So very consistent for Renault.
Is Nitro, because a 10 point something time is still possible, I think.
It could be.
Yeah, I'm riding now with Nitro.
Oh, he got the grass there.
Yeah, and he's got a little bit of traffic behind him as he comes up the hill. to
Nitro
turn
very
7
experienced driver.
and the tight turn 8.
He's trying to hold on for dear life on the track
Yeah.
here.
But I think even if he starts P17, he can make something out of it because he's a very experienced driver, and maybe with strategy he can do something.
Yeah, he has been really unlucky the last few races this season. But
He's actually, sorry to interrupt you there, Mark, but he's actually 1/10 down on his previous lap time with a 1:11.3,
Yeah.
and it looks as if he's backed out of it. Yeah, he's abandoned
He's
that
out of
lap.
fuel. He's out of fuel. He's low fuel. Yeah, out of fuel. I think that wasn't planned.
so I think, as you rightly said, guys, this could be the final.
Oh, and Notorious. Yeah, P14. Feel sorry for him. And Tejuar, P12.
Notorious retires on
Coop,
track.
Coop, the yesterday's pole sitter, is P11.
He's going to the pits. So
Yeah, so the checkered flag does come down at the end of the qualifying session, and it does look as if Chicken Owens will take pole position at the Brazilian Grand Prix, closely followed by BWA Clyde.
Congratulations to Chicken Owens.
Chicken Owens retires.
Yeah, very impressive from Chicken Owens to claim pole position. So the run order for qualifying. Pole position is held on to by Chicken Owens in the Toro Rosso. His teammate BWA Clyde in second, so very strong qualifying for Toro Rosso. No Fudge and P3 in the Renault are third and fourth, with Wave Intel and Nick Thompson in the Haas fifth and sixth. McLugpain seventh, for Spud in eighth, Schmicky Mickey ninth, Chill Nealand 10th, MJ Cooper 11th, Tejuar 12th, Gaza Man in 13th, Notorious 14th. F1 Richard just waiting for the catch up in the McLaren in 15th, 16th is Never Miss, Nitro Gash is 16th, and at the back of the grid is GFM UFC.
Do we have an update, the weather update?
We still don't have an update from the weather. I think it does look a bit overcast, so we could see rain at some point in this race. The biggest
Drivers
indicator.
are not getting ready, selecting their strategies. I hope they will have enough time to do it.
Yeah, certainly the top 10 drivers will be locked into the super softs, and it'll be interesting to see 11th down what tyre they opt for, and that might give an indication that if we're going to have rain at some point in this race. So it'll be interesting to see if any drivers opt for the medium tyre at the start of the race, going for the one-stop strategy, or hoping that the rain comes later on in the race if it does show itself. So
yeah, as far as qualifying goes, guys, what's your opinion?
It certainly showed it pays to be on the track early and get that banker lap in, as we know that as soon as it begins to rain here, the conditions can turn very quickly, and you might not get an opportunity to have a second bite at the cherry. So yeah, it does pay to be on track early and get that banker in.
Yeah, I'm really impressed with Clyde.
Yeah,
his P2, really good lap.
So it'll be very interesting to see F1 Richard.
Okay, they started F1 Richard. He pressed start first, just for the record.
Yeah, that's fine. We'll afterwards, well, predictions. Race, guys. I knew you was going to say, Craig.
No.
My prediction for this race, rain.
Rain is the answer, guys.
No, I think Chicken Owens will convert his pole into a race victory tonight. It'll be a tough race for him with P3 and No Fudge in the form that they're currently in.
Oh, dry start.
So one driver that has opted for the medium tyres is GFM. So Tejuar, Gazaman, Notorious, Never Missing, Nitro all opting for the soft tyre, whereas every other driver is in super softs.
Yeah, I think the smart decision from Tejuar going for the softs.
Yeah, I think that is agreed, guys. I think
also from Notorious and Never Miss and
Nitro.
I think the medium is not a good tire for the first stint. Oh, Nitro was disqualified.
I think you're going to see a very interesting start to the Brazilian Grand Prix, and the reason for that is that Toro Rosso have locked out the front row, followed by Renault on the second row, with Haas taking the third row. So it'll be interesting to see how teammates actually work together, trying to jump the competitors ahead, but also be aware of the drivers and teams coming from behind. So I think we'll see a bit more caution at the start of this race.
Guys, I think we might have a little bit of a problem at the start, because I think JFM and Never Miss are in the wrong positions on screen from what we're seeing.
Yeah, because the disqualification secured, that's why.
Yeah, but from there?
Yeah, because the DSQs on the formation
yeah, but
lap.
JFM hasn't moved, and he's in like 4th.
No, he's 18th on my screen.
On my screen, it's like he's gone to a different track, a different position.
No.
In my opinion, it's not bad.
Well, we'll wait to see how things start on the grid. As we prepare for the beginning of the Brazilian Grand Prix, we have 5 red lights and we are off. And it's an early move from the McLaren driver. He goes round the Haas driver, so a poor start there from the Haas as both Renault drivers moves up to second and third.
Oh my god!
Oh,
Never
there
miss.
is a big gap building.
Yeah, and that's a strong start from Chicken Owens as he begins to open up the gap to P3 in the Renault, followed by teammate No Fudge, with BWA Clyde dropping to 4th with pressure coming from the Haas drivers Nick Thompson waving tail.
There's some... I'm not sure
Oh,
what's happened
Sir Spot. Oh my god. He's lost his wing.
Oh, it looks as if it looks as if No Fudge is really struggling at the start of this race. BWA Clyde putting a lot of pressure on him there as we went through sector 2. So No Fudge currently struggling for pace at the moment, but great start from JFM as he moves up to 8th on the medium tyre.
Yeah.
So, okay, JFM 8. On my screen, he's got 15th.
He's 8 on my screen also.
Oh,
So not sure what's actually happened at the start of this race as we have yellow flags, as that's a spinning Toro Rosso at turn 1. I think that's Chicken Owens. That's Chicken Owens. He's actually had an incident at turn 1, and he's lost out to No Fudge at the start of the in lap 2 of the Brazilian Grand Prix as he comes under pressure from JFM in 7th. Gazzaman has a great start. He's actually up to 6th now and going strong on the soft tyre, looking to put pressure on Nick Thompson, slightly ahead by 7/10 of a second. So it's a Renault P1 and P2 at the moment, with BWA Clyde in 3rd in the Toro Rosso, looking to put pressure on the Renault drivers.
we've got a couple of battles going on here, Craig.
Amazing for GFM. Spot is pitting now for the wing change, and he's gone on the soft tire.
Looks as if GFM's actually had an incident. He's dropped down a few places and he's lost it. He's lost it coming out of turn 13.
Yeah, F1 Richard, he spun.
The two last cars?
Yeah, JFM is out.
Yeah, he's dropped back down the grid. He's currently in 15th at the moment, so early success, but now disaster for JFM.
I don't know what to say anymore now, because I can't really
I'm
say
so
which
gutted
one's
for
good.
Sir Spot. I don't know what happened that
He had a collision at the start on the first corner, I think, and then he just lost his car afterwards. So at the minute, which I'm just watching the battle with Nick and Wave Intel for the two Haas cars at the minute.
Yeah, I wonder if we're going to see. I wonder if we're going to see team orders here at this stage of the race, because it looks as if Nick Thompson might have a bit more pace compared to his teammate at the moment. So it'll be interesting to see if team orders do come into play here. There's no fudge in P3.
Left the session. Sorry for interrupting you, Craig.
No, not at all. Nick Thompson putting pressure on his teammate as we go through turn 1 and 2. Millimetres between both Haas drivers. Gene Haas will be having a heart attack in that pit lane, hoping that both drivers don't take each other out. So it looks as if Haas oh, would you believe it? The Haas drivers are actually allowed to race, and Nick Thompson is actually getting very impatient behind teammate Wave and Tail for 4th.
Yeah. Would you just believe it? Oh my God.
Meanwhile, Clyde caught up to P3.
Oh yeah, he is.
Yeah, so I'm wondering if No Fudge will be expecting P3 to act as a buffer to competitor BWA Clyde in the Toro Rosso. So the gap between Renault drivers is currently 9/10 of a second, so No Fudge trying to break the DRS activation point, but BWA Clyde hanging on to the back of the Renault of P3, currently 7/10 of a second. DRS is active as No Fudge sets the fastest lap of a 1:12.7. But great drive from the at the moment from Gazaman coming up in 6th.
P3. Yeah, a race.
Oh, come on!
Turn 3.
Yeah, P3 looking to come back into turn 4. BWA Clyde slightly wide at the apex. That allows P3 to have a little look inside. But BWA Clyde was able... Yeah, he was able to carry that pace round the outside and maintained the lead over P3. Oh, never miss, all over the back of F1 Richard coming through turn 4 and 5. So F1 Richard doing well to defend against the Ferrari driver that is never miss at the moment.
I don't know where he is.
Nick Thompson all over with Intel.
Yeah, he's still he's all over the back of Wave Intel, so possibly getting a bit impatient here, looking to pass his teammate and get chasing after P3 for that final podium spot. Certainly has to get after title competitors, No Fudge and P3. So his teammate not helping him at the moment, but great for us watching this as Haas drivers allowed. Yeah, P3 ran wide. He actually missed the braking point at turn 1.
3 in a bit. Oh my God! Come on!
Oh, P3 holds outside line. Wave and Tail moves on the inside. There's a little bit of a wheel bang. Oh, that's allowed Nick Thompson to come on the inside of turn 5.
Oh, what a move!
So Nick Thompson saw the gap and actually made the move stick. Turn 5.
Oh, what a move!
Great driving here from both Haas drivers, but disaster for P3 as it drops down to 5th, and Gazaman all over the back of P3 at the moment.
Oh my God, please, we might have a cop out here. Oh, come on, you beauty.
That has allowed Clyde, No Fudge to make a little gap.
Gazaman's actually Gazaman has a great run going into turn 13 in P3, but coming up the hill it looks as if P3's get the better traction, but Gazaman does have DRS. He is on the soft tyres, so can certainly go longer. Will we see a dive into the inside turn 1? He thinks better of it. He knows he's going to get another chance in the run down to turn 4, but Chicken Owens all over the back of him as well. P3... Sorry to interrupt. Sorry to interrupt you there, Mal, but P3 was going defensive with Gazaman having DRS, but Chicken Owens coming on the back of his teammate.
Oh my God! We don't know what to say. Jesus Christ, come on! Oh, Mike, I bet you're glad you joined us now.
Yeah, I'm comparing how much fuel the guys are driving. And there is a bit of difference between Gazaman P3 and Wave Intel.
Yeah, Gazaman's starting to get closer to P3. He senses that there's an opportunity to overtake. He's right on the rear of the Renault. Can he get the move done on the run into turn 1? He will have DRS. P3 won't. It looks as if the gap's a lot bigger than 1 second. P3 moves to the inside. Will he move on the outside to go defensive? He does the squeeze slightly, but Gazzaman staying with it. Will we see a wheel-to-wheel battle going into turn 1? Gazzaman goes for the cutback and then try to turn 2. P3 goes defensive.
No, he's coming for the inside.
He's waiting for the inside line and he has it.
Come
He's
on.
slightly ahead. He will have DRS.
No, chicken out, behind. And he's come through.
Yeah, P3 runs
he
wide
squeezed
again.
off P3.
At P4, I think there was, as you said, a bit of a squeeze. But that's allowing F1 Richard to have, Tedjar to actually have a go at P3. But Meg Lugpay actually got the move done coming out of turn 5. So it was the McLaren of Meg Lugpay saw the opportunity there for the move on P3.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, all this plays into the hands of No Fudge, because nobody is bothering him. He can just drive his own race.
Yeah,
Also
he's starting to open up a healthy lead as well. The gap now 3 seconds.
Oh, a Ferrari off, never misses off. Something must have happened between Never Miss and Notorious.
Meg Lugpay closing in on Chicken Owns. Coming up to the CRSs now. Will Meg Lugpay close in on Chicken? It looks like we've got a bad exit there. It's lose a few tenths there. You're going to flag
Sector 3.
through. Notorious has gone off the track.
Yeah.
Jacobs has passed him.
He's past him.
I'm not sure what's happened there. Oh, we might have another battle going on.
Notorious has wing damage. He's going into the pit.
We're actually starting to approach the pit windows for 2-stop strategy. So it's going to be a matter of who's going to blink first. No Fudge could actually anticipate BWA Clyde and Nick Thompson behind and actually undercut the drivers behind. His Wave Intel runs wide at the exit of turn 13 and 14. Can he avoid other drivers? And he's actually put into the barrier. So disaster there for Wave Intel, who is actually doing very well at this point in the race. So who is going to pit first? Chicken Owens. Sorry to interrupt you there, Mike, but Chicken Owens is now coming into the pits, possibly going for the undercut ahead. And what tyres is he going for? It looks as if it's his super soft. So that will be a 2-stop strategy for Chicken Owens.
Don't get me wrong, guys, but the driver who's been doing so well, I mean, Gazzaman on his debut on the Invictus Racing League in F2 is just doing a fantastic job.
Yeah, unbelievable.
As well as Tej.
Tej is actually, he's got himself up to 7th, he's on the soft tyre. So possibly still a 1-stop strategy or the aggressive 2-stop strategy.
Attacking P3 right now.
Yeah, P3's tyres looks to be going off, so it looks as if they're hitting the cliff, and it's advantage Tedjar at the moment. So Tedjar just has to bide his time for the DRS run into turn 1, or P3 could actually be coming into the pits this lap, as No Fudge appears to be staying out. The gap's still 3.1, 3.2 seconds. But Clyde's coming into the pits, and that moves Nick Thompson up to 2nd.
And P3 has also wing damage. I think he will change his wing also.
And that moves Gazzaman up to 3rd, Tedjar in 4th. As the drivers round about them begin their pit stops, BWA Clyde went for the soft tyre, and that will be a 2-stop strategy. F1 Richard moves up to 5th, with BWA Clyde making his entry back on track, and Meg Lugpay also moves up as well. So
No Fudge. He's conserving the tires because he's in lean mode.
Yeah, he knows he can control this race, so possibly going for a long stint on the super soft and then the switch over to medium.
He had 2.7 seconds gap to Clyde, I think.
So it looks as if Clyde's pit strategy could actually play into No Fudge's hands at the moment if No Fudge goes long and opts for the one-stop strategy. BW Clyde all over the back of F1 Richard, who was come through turn 13 up the hill to turn 14, the flat out turn 15.
Will he do it?
Yeah, F1 Richard goes to the pit lane, and that allows BW Clyde to move up to 5th place with Chicken attacking hard in 6th. The gap. Oh yeah, we're just waiting for the telemetry to catch up because Nick Thompson is actually coming out the pit lane, and it looks as if he could go slightly ahead of Chicken Owens.
Just an update for you guys. Nitro Gash has severe wing damage, but he is trying and staying out.
I think he'll try and go for like the medium tyre, but I think it's not 17.
Yeah, because he has severe wing damage and he's understeering a lot.
Yeah, he's going to have to take care of those tyres.
Yeah, but he made up 9 positions till now, so I think he's trying to get in the points his way.
And also Chill Neelan looking to put pressure on P3 for 9th as we come through sector 2, turn 12 and up to turn 13. Can Chill Neelan get any closer into that DRS activation point? The gap 1.5 seconds, so Chill Neelan's tyres possibly going off at this stage because P3 is just continuing to open up that gap between himself and Chill Neelan.
Yeah, I think that's what's happened there, but I think all the cars have all had their spread out a little bit there, but but Mike, what do you think? Who's been your driver so far? I know it's only lap 13 of 36, but who's been your impressive driver so far? And I will ask the same question to you, Craig.
I think quite a few guys are doing a great job in those circumstances. Personally, I think Tej done really good. P3 has to stop, but and Clyde did really good. He stayed out of the major trouble, and of course No Fudge. He's fitting now.
Sorry to interrupt you there, Mike, but No Fudge actually received a puncture on the front right-hand tyre. So he's came into the pits and went for a new set of super softs, which I'm very surprised at. He's took those super softs very long, and I expected him to transfer over to the mediums.
Yeah, that's playing into Clyde's hands.
Yeah, certainly. So possibly a mistake down at Renault, putting No Fudge onto the super softs.
Hunted by Nick in the Haas. And Gataman is leading. Really impressive debut.
Yeah, he's certainly he's utilised that strategy to the best of his ability. Currently hold on to P1 with Tejwar and P2. And it looks as if these guys could be going for the one-stop strategy. So still in with a strong possibility of a podium, if not
P3.
Strong points.
P3 closing in on Nitro on within the sector 2.
Yeah, and Nitro has a pretty beaten up car, so... But
he's trying to...
But we know Nitro is a really good defense driver, so
yeah.
He will put up a great fight for P3.
Yeah, I think this is going to be a fight. He's not going to be able to fight for too long though, Mike. He's certainly suffering with the damage on the car, and P3 just getting that toe along the pit straight as Nitro opts for the pits. So Nitro doing his best for as long as possible.
No Fudge is closing in on Nick Thompson.
Yeah, there's a bit of a train developing behind BWA Clyde with Nick Thompson, No Fudge and Chicken chasing down BWA Clyde for that 3rd place.
It's looking really good now for Gazaman and Tejuar because they are in the best position for the one stop. If Tejar and Gazaman pit now or a lap later. They have it.
Yeah. You know what you say about earlier on the train, Craig? It's
Yes.
like, well, no fudge. We got no fudge. Okay, but we got chicken owns. You got chicken. You got food. We got Clyde.
Well, at least we won't go. At least we won't go hungry.
Oh, that's true. That's true. But don't get me wrong, guys. It's been a fantastic race so far.
Tejar is spitting.
And Gazaman.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what tyres that Gazaman does go for, the mediums. And I imagine, Tejar goes the same. So BW Clyde moves up to first, but he's under constant pressure from Nick Thompson, no fudge, and slightly further behind his chicken owns.
And one thing to consider, Tejar is low on fuel, and Gazaman has a bit more. He can do a lot more rich running. He can.
A bit of a support from Lance Stroll for Tejar tonight, so saying go Tej, go. So a bit of a fan club for Tejar this evening.
Yeah, that's right. He needs a good result. He had so much bad luck in the recent races.
Yeah, he was certainly disappointed.
Nick closing in on Clyde.
Here we go.
They're going now on the straight.
We've got two top two challengers for the title of F2. Closing in on top spot.
Which has DRS. And right behind this.
He just
with DRS.
Yeah, just can't get close enough. He's going to have a great exit from turn 3 to put himself in a strong position for a challenge into turn 4. But BW Clyde got a fantastic exit coming out of turn 3, opens up the gap slightly now, ranging between 3/10, 4/10 of a second. So Nick Thompson unable to put himself in a position to challenge for P1 at the moment, and he's going to have to watch his wing mirrors as no fudge is just sitting waiting for any opportunity.
Jesus.
But I believe that no fudge made a strategic error with his strategy.
Yeah, certainly being stuck behind BW Clyde and Nick Thompson on the soft tyre is certainly compromising his strategy on the super soft. He's not able to maximise the pace on the softest compound available.
No, I don't know, but we might have. No fudge is closing in on Nick now. But Nick's closing in on Clyde. Not enough. He needs to get a better exit here. If he doesn't, no fudge may pay.
Yeah, he did. He actually got a better exit there, Malk. He's starting to close in. BW Clyde just needs to get in the toe and get the DRS open. And there's a dive on the inside. Can he get the move done into turn 4? But BW Clyde's left the door open. That's allowing no fudge to put his nose in. But BW Clyde maintains the lead over no fudge. So great move there from Nick Thompson, maximising DRS and holding inside line going into turn 4.
Oh, what a move. That was fantastic.
From those three guys, No Fudge has the least fuel. And he's burning rich as crazy.
He needs to save the fuel.
Yeah. Nick has +1, so he can go a lot more quicker.
We had yellow flags there briefly in sector 1 and 2 and again. So possibly something going off between sector 1 and 2. As no fudge tries the run into BW Clyde.
P3.
Yeah, just watching that, Mike. Oh my God, can't Tejuar will barrel out.
He's in a good position now.
Yeah, he's got a great run in P3. He does have the toe. He's got DRS. Moves to the outside to maximise turn in, but P3 just moves across, covers him off. Tejuar tries to come over to the inside, but it's opened up the gap between himself and P3. He's looking to maximise that exit on turn 3. Get DRS again, looking to get a bit closer into turn 4, possibly attempt a move into turn 7.
Yeah, still going back to No Fudge, Clyde and Nick. And Nick's behind one of the Ferrari cars. I believe it was Never Miss. think. Yeah, never miss.
And P3 receives a 3-second time penalty from race control for multiple warnings.
Tejjar really needs to take care of his fuel because he's running on minus.
Oh, Nitro's DNF?
Oh.
Yeah, not sure what happened there. That might have been the reason for yellow flags in sector 1 and 2.
Milford's closing in on Clyde, but Nick's slowly pulling away from Clyde.
Yeah, there's no Fudge and Clyde are battling. That's playing into the hands of Nick Thompson. So Nick Thompson trying to open up that gap between himself and BW Clyde, trying to escape that DRS activation.
Yeah, but we have to keep in mind that also plays into hands of Gazaman, P3 and Tejjar. Yeah, Gazaman and Tejjar, because they don't need to pit anymore.
Well, Gazaman's actually 11 seconds behind No Fudge at this point, with No Fudge still requiring to pit. So Gazaman in net third at the moment. And I'm sure Nick Thompson and Clyde will have to pit again as they continue to battle on track. So No Fudge, he wants off these super soft tyres. He knows that he's not able to get by Clyde. So
and he will have to go on the slower tyre, on the soft bit.
Yeah, I think
it's super soft now.
Yeah, so very aware of his surroundings at this point. No Fudge, he knows that he wasn't getting past BWA Clyde, and it was really ruining his strategy. So No Fudge changing onto his soft tyre, hoping to put himself in a position to challenge Gazaman, who looks to be going to the end of this race.
Same with Tejjar as well, but they'll try to close in on P3, but I think he's might be saving some fuel at the minute. I tell you what, guys, this has been absolutely fantastic. I'm surprised you haven't got a bottle of water with you, Craig, after what happened last night with them.
I do. On the run up to turns 6 and 7, P3 looks to be starting to struggle on those soft tyres coming through sector 2, and that's allowing Tejjar to close them down. The gap's very close, or it's closer now as we come through turn 11 and 12. Tejjar just needs to get a great exit out of turn 13. And he's got a great run on P3 out of turn 12. So he just needs to get a great exit out of turn 13. Tuck in behind P3, get the toe and get the DRS, and possibly put him in a very, very promising position for a run into turn 1.
Yeah, but it looks like Tejjar is running a bit higher downforce than P3.
Yeah, he's certainly not able.
With DRS, he was losing on the straight.
Yeah, certainly compromising the DRS compared to P3. As there's a bit of traffic coming out, P3 tucks in behind looking to get the toe to keep that gap between himself and Tejjar. It looks like it's Chicken Owens that's come out after his second pit stop. So Chicken Owens could play a factor if P3 can keep tucking in behind Chicken Owens and getting DRS himself, neutralising Tejjar's DRS behind.
Tell you what, guys, this is intense moments here.
It's been a very strategic race, so some wily old foxes out there using the experience and the old head, hoping to maximise their finishing position tonight.
P3, sorry, Tejjar closing in on P3.
Yeah, gap down to 0.2 of a second. A good run on P3, just needs to wait till the last minute before coming out of the toe. P3 holds in sideline, begins to squeeze slightly. Tejjar tries to optimise that turning into turn 1. Who gets a better run out of turn 3?
Yeah. Sorry,
I
Craig.
think it's almost impossible to overtake on the outside into turn 1.
It is a bit.
I don't think that we witnessed such an overtake this week.
If you do, you are a legend. If there's a gap, you go for it, like the old Senna does as well. I think if you never take the gap, you're not a driver.
Yeah,
Fact, true fact.
Clyde will need to pit.
Just a quick comment from Lance Stroll. Chicken has just changed the ending. He just Tedua makes a move inside. I think that's down at turn 11. So Tedua goes down the inside at turn 11, catches P3 sleeping.
P3 is without the winglets on his left side.
Yeah.
Yeah, certainly damage on the front left wing, possibly a result from contact with the Ferrari. Not really certain what happened there, but P3 certainly left the door open. Tedua said thank you very much.
Yeah.
Thank you.
See
Come again.
how Tej can do now that he has free road.
Yeah, he's in clean air at the moment, Mike, and he's got 4.2 second gap to Chicken owns ahead.
Yeah, but he really needs to start saving fuel because it's minus 0.3.
Oh, this might bring P3 back in.
I think it's going to be very tough for P3 with front wing damage.
I think Nick will pit now.
He does have a good safety net from an 11.4 second gap to wave Intel behind, but with front wing damage at the Brazilian Grand Prix, it's going to be very tough to maintain P8.
I think Nick and Clyde will need to pit this lap.
Yeah, they've
to
got to pit.
maximize.
Certainly now that Chicken owns is setting fastest laps. That lap time was a 1:11.5. As P3 does come into the pits, that will require a front wing change. Tedua maintains 7th. He's actually lost a bit of time to Chicken Owens. The gap now 6 seconds, but Chicken Owens is on fresh softs, so Chicken Owens certainly on the move, looking to put pressure on No Fudge ahead with a gap 4.7 seconds between those drivers.
This is quite intense because you just don't know what to expect.
P3 is going out of the pits on the super softs.
Yeah, so P3 is certainly going to have pace at this stage of the Grand Prix. Still a chance for good points as Nick Thompson comes into the pits.
He crossed the white line. P3 crossed the white line.
Was that on the pit exit there, Mike?
Yeah, on the big exit,
I think you get a warning even on strict for your first chance, and on the second I think you do receive the 5-second penalty. So Nick Thompson has come in for his final pit stop of the race on the super softs, possibly going to come out behind Chicken Owens in 6th, but he will be on the fastest tyre.
Nick is coming out now.
Yeah, so Nick Thompson remains ahead, and that is vital for his Drivers' Championship bid. So vital for Nick Thompson to come out ahead of Chicken Owens, and that allows him to have a free run at title challenger or competitor. No Fudge slightly ahead, 3.5 seconds on a couple of laps, old soft tyres. And Gazaman going to the end up to 3rd. Very impressive debut race from Gazaman.
Yeah, I'm keeping an eye on Clyde. Yeah, he's fitting now. Yeah,
and I expect that's for the super softs as well, Mike. But what will be interesting is where does Clyde come back on track?
That was close, Mark.
Oh my God, P3, nearly.
Yeah, we'll stay with Clyde.
And MJ Coop is all over the back of Chiel Newland. Oh, what a move from MJ Coop, catches Chiel Newland sleeping on turn 11, so a great move.
What a move from P3! Oh, what a move! Oh, that was fantastic. That was exactly from Tedua and P3. Now P3's done it on F1 Richard. And I did not know who it was.
Sorry to interrupt you there, Mal, but on his debut race, Gazaman moves up to P1 with No Fudge 1.6 seconds, 1.4 seconds behind with Nick Thompson in 3rd, 2.3 seconds behind No Fudge. So can Gazaman defend like a madman and hold on to P1?
No
Certainly.
Fudge has the tire advantage.
It's going to be tough with no Fudge on the move on his soft tyre, so certainly anything can happen. Who is going to win your Brazilian Grand Prix? We just don't know on lap 27, lap 28 of 36. 8 laps remaining.
And Nick posts the fastest time, the fastest lap with a 1:11.4. Oh, no Fudge.
This
Has
is
another
interesting.
time penalty.
This is interesting with the tire race.
Yeah, Gazaman
Unless-
has no time penalties yet.
I don't know if Nick has.
Yeah, he has.
Oh, yeah, he has.
Yeah, Nick also
okay.
has.
That would have been interesting because Nick would have pumped into second provisionally because of the penalty. Chicken House got 3
And
seconds
you know
penalty.
that,
No Fudge has actually put himself in a position where he can get DRS on the start finish straight, so 8/10 between himself and Gazaman. It's actually down to 6/10 of a second now, so No Fudge looking to get the move done in Gazaman as soon as possible, hoping to open up that gap between himself and Nick Thompson.
Yeah, but No Fudge is actually conserving fuel because he's on standard. Now he put on rich. Yeah.
Yeah, he's just putting himself a little bit closer, looking to make a move onto turn 4, making it more difficult for Nick. Certainly if he can get a move done before sector 2, he'll have the opportunity to open up the gap to Nick Thompson, as Nick Thompson would find it difficult to pass Gazaman in sector 2.
Meg Luckpiece closing in on Tedroy in 6th and 7th respectively. And he's closing in on Tedroy.
Yeah, he has the tire advantage.
Tire advantage here, as Mike said, and he's going to go for the inside.
Gazaman runs wide at turn 6, and that allows No Fudge just to stick his nose in and have a look. Sorry, that was turn 7, not turn 6. So No Fudge trying to put himself into a position to get a move done on Gazaman as we come through turn 12, up turn 13, up the hill towards flat out turn 14 and 15. He's tucking right in behind the Sauber of Gazaman, getting the toe along as Notorious sets the fastest lap of 1:10.8.
He hasn't got it.
Yeah, Gazaman got great straight line speed to neutralise the DRS of No Fudge.
Yeah, Gazaman
please.
going defensive.
Oh my god.
Yeah, Gazaman just parks the car in the middle of the track, making it difficult for No Fudge to go anywhere, but that's allowed Nick Thompson to close up behind.
We also got the 2 Toro Rossos battling out for 4th place. But I don't want to move because we've got the top 3 battling. Oh, No Fudge!
Yeah, No Fudge having a little look on the inside again, but there's nowhere to go. Gazaman has him covered off, and it's certainly a difficult position to overtake.
Yeah,
He's going
Nick
inside the wall.
Yeah, thought about it.
To pounce.
And then we got another battle with the Toro Rosso team. I don't know what I'm saying next. Will No Fudge. Oh!
Yeah.
Yeah, Nick No Fudge lighting up the rear tyres, losing a bit at the back end, but Nick Thompson's got a great run. Oh, No Fudge goes round the outside and the run down to turn 1 gets it done.
What a move!
Yeah. No Fudge didn't even go into rich mode.
Yeah, I think he knew that was a battle he wasn't going to win at this point in the race. So No Fudge conceding second place at the moment, possibly looking to come back on Nick Thompson later on in the race.
Yeah, and they will. I think that's never miss in front of them.
Yeah, that will certainly make things more challenging for Nick Thompson and Gazaman as we're approaching traffic ahead.
Yeah, No Fudge can wait and pounce when ready. Ooh, Nick is going
Oh,
on the
Nick
inside.
Thompson sees a gap on the inside, makes it dive into turn 11. Gazaman has the inside going round
Got the-
flat
Yeah,
out
he
turn
gave him
12.
space.
But Nick Thompson just goes round the
respect for
outside, but
racing.
Gazaman is not giving this
fair
up, but
play.
no fudge.
Fair
Sees
play,
the
Nick.
gap and tries to make the move
Well
done.
done. Well done, Nick. Well done, mate.
Well done, but with no fudge. Go on the inside.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
good,
yeah.
respectful racing. I like to see that.
Oh, but good defending again from Gazaman, holding on to second. But there is a train developing behind No Fudge with Chicken Owens and BWA Clyde. So we could see a
Nick.
possible 5-way battle for P1.
Nick's went onto the grass a little bit, and this has brought in Gazaman and No Fudge and Chicken Owens and Clyde. We've got top 5 battling out for first place.
Yeah, and we don't know what's going to happen.
No
Oh, No Fudge on a little look inside Gazaman. There's a bit of contact. Oh, No Fudge sees the gap round the outside, trying to move up the hill into turn 11.
He's all over Gazaman, yeah.
Yeah, No Fudge is certainly feeling the pressure from behind of Chicken Owens and BWA Clyde. He has to get this move done in Gazaman. But while that's going on, this playing into the hands of Nick Thompson. The gap now 1.2 seconds.
Yeah, but behind Clyde is closing in on
Owens.
Chicken Owens.
Chicken Owens.
Oh, Chicken Owens, a great run. Onto No Fudge, goes inside on the run up to turn 1. And it goes, but BWA Clyde sees the gap as well, but he's too far back to make the move. So No Fudge loses 2 positions in 2 laps.
And Clyde
There's
attacking
another
No
one.
Fudge. Clyde, Clyde's going on the inside with DRS. And he makes the move.
Yeah, he's
No,
got
he
it
hasn't.
done, but he
Go,
bogged
Clyde,
down.
go.
It looks as if he just went on the grass and
Oh, he has?
get bogged down
Yeah,
a little
yeah.
bit, but he made
Good
it
move,
stick.
Clyde.
Oh, fair play, guys. This is great racing. Fair play. You know what?
Or as Mark would say, what a move!
I don't need to say it.
Well,
I don't need to say it.
Lance Stroll's stealing one of your sayings, Malk. This is intense.
It
Yeah.
is intense.
And this train allowed Nick to pull a 1.8 second gap.
This is massive for the title
Yeah, Nick
race
has it in the
F2.
bag. He has enough fuel. He has everything under control. A perfect race from Nick.
He has done a fantastic job tonight. But don't get me wrong, we've got Chicken Owens, BWA Clyde, battling out for second.
Ooh, Clyde. Yeah, Clyde will now close in because Gazaman is holding up Chicken Owens.
Yeah, Chicken Owens won't want to be stuck behind Gazaman for too long. He's aware BWA Clyde, his teammate, is on the quicker tyre just behind him. So Chicken Owens having to get this move done as soon as possible. But great defending and driving from Gazaman at the moment on the medium tyre.
I don't know, but... Oh,
Yeah.
this is intense.
Clyde
Oh,
closed in on those two guys.
Yeah, we've got 2 laps remaining in the Brazilian Grand Prix. Nick Thompson looks safe to secure the race win. But who's going to occupy the final 2 podium positions? We just don't know.
Okay, we've got 2 laps left. Maybe 3, I
Oh,
don't know.
Clyde is so close. He got a good exit.
Who's going to get second, Craig?
I'm going to stick my neck out and say Gazaman.
Third?
Yeah.
Third place?
Chicken Owens.
Okay.
Yeah,
Mike?
I hope.
What would you-
I don't know because of the penalties. I don't know what's gonna happen.
Yellow
I think
You have
flag.
to choose.
I think Gazaman can win it because he has no penalties yet.
There was a yellow flag in sector 1 as Niffermiss went off into the barrier at turn 1. So disaster for Ferrari at the moment.
Oh, if Gazaman can stay within 3 seconds to win the race.
Yeah, that's... Oh, I forgot about Nick's penalty. Good reminder on
Yeah.
that, Mike.
Yeah, the
That's why
2.1 seconds. Yeah.
That's why Nick had to shoot off. And I think...
Oh.
Oh, BW
Oh.
Clyde having a little look on his teammate at turn 11. but there was just no room there. So BWA Clyde sensing that P3 is possible, but Chicken Owens having none of it.
Yeah, they're going now into the last lap.
Yeah, BWA Clyde just needs to keep ahead of Chicken Owens after turn 4. And he's going to put himself in a strong position to take P2, penalties dependent.
Yeah, I don't see Nick putting 0.8 seconds in this last lap.
Yeah, certainly that's going to be a monumental task there, Mike. You're certainly right with that. It's going to be tough for Nick Thompson to open up that gap to 3 seconds.
Oh, it's going to be tough. It's going to be close. It's going to be close, I think. It just depends on how Gazzaman, who's controlling the second prize really well, but he might get. Oh, Chicken Owens!
Chicken Owens had a better exit out the turn, but Gazzaman had him covered off. Chicken Owens just has to try and get close as possible out of the run of turn 13.
If Nick can get 4/10, nah.
I think Gazzaman's going to take it. I think he's going to get P2. A fantastic drive from the Sauber driver on his debut race, but Gazzaman takes the win. But Gazzaman takes the race win on his debut race for Formula 2 Invictus.
Clyde takes third.
Oh, fantastic result for Gazzaman in the Sauber in his debut race, with Nick Thompson dropping to second after penalties, and the Toro Rosso driver BWA Clyde moves up to third.
Yeah.
What a race!
And your throat's killing Craig.
It is. But what a race!
This commentating job, yeah, it's something. That's. I must say I enjoyed it very much.
Well, thank you for joining us this evening, Mike. We certainly hope you did enjoy your first experience in the commentary box.
Oh yeah, I did.
So as we just wait for the official race results to come in, and we will wait for Gazzaman to take the top podium step on his very first Invictus F2 race. So fantastic drive from the Sauber driver. Ollie, while in Bangkok, will be delighted of that result for the team. So the official results are: Gazzaman will take the race win, Nick Thompson takes P2 after penalties, BWA Clyde takes the final podium spot. So yeah, the Scotsman, well done. No Fudge will take 4th, Chicken Owens will take 5th, Meg Lugpay 6th, Ted Jawar, after that one-stop strategy, moves up to 7th. MJ Coop will take 8th. Chiel Neeland, impressive drive from the Dutchman in the Force India for 9th. P3, unfortunately, will drop to 10th after starting 4th on the grid. F1 Richard just out the points in the McLaren 8th. Wave Intel in 12th. Notorious in the Sauber in 13th. Sir Spud drops to 14th from 8th. Never miss. And 15th, Schmicky Mickey takes 16th. From JFM, I believe that was, will take 17th. And Nitro Gas retired from the race.
I believe Notorious has the fastest lap. Yeah,
he did.
Yeah, with a 110.8.
I tell you what, guys. That was as what Craig said. That was fantastic, absolutely fantastic. Yeah. I mean, I'm going to say straight to the point now. Who you guys think was driver of the day? And I think I know who that's going to be.
I think there's only one choice, and that is Gazzaman. He started 13th on the grid, maximised that one-stop strategy, defended very well from a hard-charging Chicken Owens on the soft tyre, as well as BWA Clyde in the super soft, and he held on to it well and secured that first race win.
Yeah, and he had no penalties. Add that to the list. he did everything right in the race.
Spot on. Spot on.
Yeah.
It's like the Braveheart moment. Take our lives, I'll take first place. You'll never get it. That's it. I have got it. But Gazzaman will be thinking that is just absolutely epic, and I agree with you guys. I think
Yeah.
Gazzaman is. I think all of us agree in the commentary box is driver of the day. I just want to say, Mike, a couple of questions to you actually before we
Yeah.
shoot off.
Yeah.
First
So,
off, would you consider commentating for
what?
future ones?
Yeah, I think. Yeah, it's not so bad.
You probably think it's not stressful, but
Oh yeah, it is. Oh yeah, it is.
um, but also, what's been your most memorable highlight for you?
Oh, I'm too overwhelmed to pick one thing now. Because so many things were going on, switching drivers, looking at the telemetry and everything. I'm overwhelmed.
Okay,
I
fair
need a
enough.
bit of cool down but 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 there were some great overtakes,
Yeah,
really great overtakes, and some really good respectful racing.
there is respectful driving in and respectful racing as well in F2, and the
Yeah,
guys here. There's a mixture of like experience and and what's the word? You know, new. I say newbies type stuff for the racing stuff, but it the guys here look like they've been racing for years.
yeah,
That's what I'm thinking of,
yeah.
but it's just been grand. Craig, a couple of things. One, do you want to take a little bit of a breather with your throat after the last 2 months?
I'm actually okay. I'm coping very well at the moment, and
So,
certainly that is one of the best races that I've commentated on and watched for a long time. So thanks to everyone who participated in tonight's F2 grid. Some fantastic racing there, and keep up the good work, guys.
Yeah.
What's your best bit of the night?
I don't think I can actually pick just one. There's been some great overtakes, some heart in the mouth moments, and I think it would actually do it a disservice to just pick one. So it was just a
Okay,
great race.
okay, fair enough. The two commentators are just gobsmacked because of what happened tonight, and I'll tell you what, guys, F2 have been absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, it is.
Um, when will you be back racing, Mike?
Uh, Come again?
You know,
Uh,
when are you going to come back racing?
yeah, hope in the No Assist League on Monday.
You're hoping. Okay,
Yeah,
cool. We'll hope your car it gets sorted, or will get
yeah,
sorted
yeah,
before the No Assist League on Monday night. But I just want to
yeah.
say a big, massive thank you to Mike for joining us as a guest
Oh
commentator.
no, thank you for having me.
Um, but I'll tell you what, there was some absolutely. There was a 1-3 in the bed situation, and we have got 3 in the bed in the commentary box, and no one will be thinking anything otherwise. So, Craig, I'd like to say a big thank you to you as well for joining us in the commentary as always, and I'll let you have a bit of a breather until next week with another commentary stuff.
Thank you.
And I just want to say a big thank you to everyone that's watched. Thank you to everyone that's commented. I'm sorry I didn't mention the comments, but I will hopefully read it next time. So, thank you all, guys. I hope you all have a fantastic night, and I'll see you all next week in the F2
Bahrain.
League. In Bahrain. Oh, that'll be a good one. Cheers for that, guys. I'll see you all soon. Take care. Bye bye. Stay classy.